Hey, this will be a video chart on ticker symbol WGAS. We will take a look at the daily time frame. Don't believe we've ever done this one before, and I didn't necessarily have a lot of requests for it. It just caught my eye, so I thought I'd just get it updated. It's one of these where we could be looking at a good risk versus reward. Well, not we could be, we are. It's just a matter of is anything going to happen or is this downtrend just going to continue? But the two main things that caught my eye were first, increasing volume, and of course it's going in the negative direction. However, today, big volume, and then basically, I don't know if you quite call that a hammer candle, but basically a candle that really didn't do anything. So it's not like it was a total collapse or anything. Like, perfect example being, the day before, that was a pretty nasty day, but this one pretty tight range yet on big volume. So that sparks the question, was this capitulation? I have no idea. I'm just talking strictly from the charting perspective. I don't know what's going on fundamentally. I don't really care, to be honest with you. But when I see increasing volume like this, clearly they're selling, shorting, dilution, whatever's going on. There's selling pressure at the end of the day. That's all that matters, is there's clearly selling pressure. However, today there was quite a bit of selling pressure, but there's a bunch of buying pressure too, because the price, it's not like it completely cratered. So makes me wonder, perhaps the selling pressure is now getting accumulated and maybe we'll see some sort of bounce. So on any sort of bounce, the strength of the bounce is obviously going to be measured by, well, not obviously, because if you don't understand charts you won't know this, but the strength of the bounce will be measured by how well it does around key levels of resistance. And the big resistance that's sticking out to me is where the bottom of this previous channel was. You can see multiple times the price bounced from there, didn't quite hit it, got pretty close, bounced, and then when it fell below it on this day, this is when volume picked up and the price really started to suffer. So the bottom of this channel was right around, we'll call it 0.01 or 0.015, or let's see, 0.0105. There we go. It's Friday. Give me a break. So that is the current level of resistance. Was a support, but it is now a level of resistance. And the reason I say that is if the price can get up here and then break above it, or better yet, close above it, that would also imply that it would be closing above this blue line here, which is the 10-day simple moving average. And you can see that this level has really been the thorn in the side of the chart. Try to get above it there, and then you can see it's just kind of been forcing it down. So 0.0105 is going to be the level that I'm really watching to see if it can, if the bounce can get any traction. Now, don't get me wrong, if it bounces right up here and gets rejected, from a percentage standpoint, that would still be a nice little play. But in terms of the overall bounce and overall chart, I'd like to see how it reacts up here around this resistance. In terms of supports, only thing you can really go by is the low that was today, 0045. So if you do hop in, I'd put my stop loss somewhere right, below that area there, because if this pattern keeps on going, then you don't want to get caught in it or anything like this. But looking at the volume and price action, it's suggesting that we have a potential capitulation. Might see some green, next week, or who knows? Maybe this is just a little temporary blip, and it's going to keep going down. But when you see big volume bars like this, and then see very little price reaction, it does, suggest the possibility that maybe we have capitulation and now we'll see some sort of little bounce. So we'll see what happens. If there are any other questions though on the chart, please let me know. If not, I'd encourage you to check out and sign up for our newsletter up there, and when you do that, you'll get a free ebook. And if you found this video helpful and want to learn more about charting, I'd encourage you to look at our course. If you go down below the social media over there, over 8.5 hours of information about charting and so forth. Don't take our word for it though. If you read the third-party reviews and testimonials, you'll get a good unbiased opinion of it from previous people that have bought it. So I'd encourage you to check that out. So again, this was WGAS. Thanks for listening and have a good weekend.